All right, guys, we're live right now. I'm bald. Dak Prescott got hurt. And now Le'Veon Bell is signing, appears to be a 1-year deal with the Chiefs. I'm not in a good mood. I'm pissed. Why couldn't you just stay in Pittsburgh? You could have had more money. I don't know, maybe even won a ring. But you want to go and ruin my Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I laughed in everyone's face. I mean, I didn't laugh at anyone's face. Everyone laughed at me for drafting Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I was proving him wrong just because he didn't get the touchdowns. They were coming. He's doing great, averaging 102 scrimmage yards a game. But, you guys know I just uploaded a video. I went into it in fairly good detail. If I missed any points, let me know. But that's pretty much it. I did shine some light at the end of the tunnel, though, at least in the video, that it's not over for your fantasy team.
Yeah, it's definitely not over. I mean, I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire on two teams, mostly because, you kind of hyped him up early on in the season before the hype grew. But alas, the issue really was his size. Like, we talked about this on an earlier podcast. I told you and everyone else, my concerns. As a 5'7" running back, I know, because I'm close to that size, like, I'm not going to be able to score touchdowns easily. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire wasn't able to score touchdowns easily. And the Chiefs saw that. I'm sure Andy Reid saw that. Anyone who has eyes saw it. And they needed to get bigger at running back. Obviously, Darrell Williams isn't getting the job done. So when the opportunity came to get a big running back who can catch the ball, which is a pretty big prerequisite in Andy Reid's system, he's like basically a supersized version of Clyde, essentially. So now they're covered on both sides of the running game. They have a big back who could catch, a small scat back who could catch. They're great, in terms of real football. But in fantasy, if you're a Clyde owner, he went from CEH to MEH in a day. And that's his new nickname moving forward, because you can't trade him, right? He has zero trade value, really. Like, someone just posted on the Facebook page, should I trade Matt Breida for Clyde Edwards-Helaire? I'm like, oh my God. Like, that's how low his stock is gone.
I got that question too. It's probably the same. What? It's probably the same guy on different platforms. Yeah.
I just laughed.
It was a different platform. Yeah.
I'm obviously that's extreme, but that shows how his stock has pretty much cratered in terms of the trading, of assets. But you did make some good points on the video, which is he's not going to be on the team right away. Like, Le'Veon isn't going to be inserted in the starting lineup. Like,
thank goodness for the pandemic.
Yeah.
We're getting canceled, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that can still happen. Like, he still has to pass a physical, like you mentioned, right?
He's in the best shape of his life.
Contract.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of things can happen before he's realistically a starting running back on the Chiefs. So at least it buys you a couple weeks to still get some value out of Clyde. Definitely play him this week against the Bills. I think a lot of experts pointed that he's going to have a big game, a bounce back game. I'm sure he's motivated to have a big game now that they got Le'Veon.
Yeah, he's got a super big reason now.
Yeah, so this is the week to start him. Even, this is the best week probably that you're going to get out of him moving forward. So, it's a mixed bag, but all is not lost, like you said. Like, you can't trade him, but he's still a valuable piece, and he's still one injury away to Le'Veon if something happens, to being back to where he was, which could easily happen as well. So you just can't get down on the situation. You just have to keep, optimism and keep fighting every week.
So I broke down. So what's the average? 7 to 10, so that the average would be 8.5, right? So fantasy owners in redraft are going to start Clyde Edwards-Helaire for 8.5 more games. That's just a fact. You can't argue with that. There's a bye.
Wait, 8.5 more games?
Eight and a half.
What do you
Eight and a
mean?
half more games. Yeah. So let's
From
don't
this week?
It is 8.5 more games because seven.
Wow.
There's 7 more games and then the regular season ends. And
Okay.
fantasy season. It's just math.
Right,
This isn't my opinion. So the most you would use cLyDe is 10 more games. There's a
Total.
bye week. Yeah, if
Yeah.
that's if you go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And
right,
so you're
right.
gonna need cLyDe for 8.5 games, okay? Including that I threw in that bye week to buy us another week to keep the optimism going. It's a bye. You can't start him during a bye. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't. It's just facts.
It's by week 10, right?
Yeah, bye week 10, where all my players are on bye. Apparently,
All right, so that's a loss.
YouTube
You
let
already
me
count
know
that as a
this.
loss.
YouTube let me know. Cowboys and Chiefs are on bye week 10. That's why when in the video I was like, oh, I didn't have it loaded up. I was like, I know, because I have 200 comments telling me that all my players are on bye week 10. Thank you, YouTube haters. You guys are the best. And so you need him for you're gonna use cLyDe for 8.5 games. Impossible for Bell to play this week. So that's 7. That's one more game you're getting out of cLyDe. Then the following week they don't play the Jets, I don't think. And who do they play?
That's definitely going to be a Le'Veon.
That's
revenge.
gonna that's
For
not
sure.
no
Like,
not much optimism
Yeah.
there. But
Yeah, like that's for sure.
But next week they play. I'm looking it up right now. They play Denver, which is a decent matchup. I mean, Denver was actually good against the run, but their team's crushed. They have their soul is crushed.
Locke's coming back
I
though.
can't
so
do. I mean,
it may
but
be-
still,
yeah.
they're
I know,
they're
I'm
dead.
just saying.
They're dead.
They have some optimism. Yeah, and also Gordon got a DUI. How does that
I mean,
affect his,
everything, bro. Like, this is a long, like, they're becoming, I don't know, they're going to become one of the cursed teams, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty.
They're
close.
looking pretty bad. And anyway, week 7, how many snaps is Bell going to get? 10? 15? Who knows? Probably not a lot. So you're getting a lot of games, so we're only talking about 5-6 games that this is affecting. At most. I mean,
I think they got
realistic.
him for the playoffs mostly too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, they're gonna
needed a
use
big-
them. Let's not. I mean, they're gonna at
Right.
least try to use them and see if it works, and it probably will work. Now, I talked to about 30 people, Mike. Just people online, like Mr. Beach right here, and 3 of them think that Le'Veon Bell's gonna be a non-factor. What do you have to say to those 3?
I don't think he's being a non-factor. That's like the most optimistic CEH.
So yeah,
owner outlook.
Mr. Beach right now on the live chat. It's Ray on the Facebook group, and someone on the Discord is saying basically, let me try to combine all 3 of them, that Lev Bell is washed, and cLyDe, they're gonna let the rookie eat. The rookie's been doing well. You don't just draft someone in round. This makes the least sense to me. You don't just draft someone in round 1 and then not use them. But I mean, it doesn't. You also don't usually get Lev Bell to fall on your lap and be like, hey, is the Jets on your schedule? All right, I'll sign. Like, you usually don't get that. Usually doesn't happen either. It just lets you know. And there's all. I mean, look at this year. Look at how this year is going. A lot of things are going that are unprecedented.
If he wasn't playing running back, maybe it'd be hard to adjust. But he's literally playing the only position where you don't have to think and you just go off instinct. So I don't think it'll be that hard to like learn the plays and
I think we established
honestly.
defensive end is the number one. Running back would be number 2, I guess.
Two for sure. Or fullback, who knows? But
Fullback.
but yeah,
That's extinct.
I mean, it's not gonna be that hard for him to find the cutting lanes and have success and catch the ball. So that's wishful thinking. But things can happen. But likely he will have an impact. Likely he will hurt CEH's value rest of the season. And likely, if you draft CH, you're not in a good spot. And it's definitely hurt your prospects of winning the league for sure. So it's just about adjusting. Hopefully you drafted good depth in the mid to late rounds and you're able, like me, to maybe weather this blow. I have Gaskin on my team and Chase Edmonds, so I still feel good. Maybe I need to make a trade, you know what I mean? But at least it's not all hope is not lost.
Oh, so I do have a small story that some people may not know. Because, I am a fantasy analyst. I like to give breaking news. And so I didn't say this on the video. So this is a crazy story. And so, today, Bell was between picking 3 teams. It was the Dolphins, Bills, and Chiefs. Narrowed it.
I was hoping Bills.
I was hoping he ruins your Gaskin. I have 0 stock in Gaskin and only 1 tiny stock in Singletary. So the other 2 options.
I was hoping Bills.
Bills, I would have been
I was really hoping
very
Bills.
pleased with. I was like, just don't be the Chiefs is all I was saying.
I know, me too. I didn't want to say it just because I knew it jinxed it, and then it still happened.
You got to do the double jinx. Don't you know anything? Don't you learn from Germ?
I know.
Come on, you should have double jinx. You should have been like, please don't go with the Chiefs. Anything but the Chiefs. Or no,
go with Chiefs.
Yeah,
go with Chiefs.
I don't know how to. We got to ask Germ how. We got to bring Germ on the podcast to ruin. Then we'll get canceled for sure. It'll seal our death.
How does he keep getting luckier? He always gets luckier.
Anyway, and we'll get into Germ. We'll talk about Germ in a minute.
Okay.
So of course, it's a Germ. This is called the Germcast from now on, apparently.
Right.
But we got to talk a little bit about fantasy before Germ.
Ooh.
So he narrowed it down to 2 teams. Then I told the guys in the Discord, let me know when he signs. And they let me know he's expected to sign with the Chiefs. And now I'm delusional. I'm in denial. But one of my greatest talents is I check myself all the time. I'm very self-aware. It's just a straight up talent. I mean, it goes beyond me. It could be a curse sometimes to where I doubt myself, But I still get it wrong. Sometimes 1%, 5% of the time it slips, and I'm like, I'm human. I didn't see that because I have my view, my tunnel vision. But I'm like, look, I could be getting a little bit in denial here, but I'm trying to find like ways that this news can't be true. Okay. I'm like, but I recognize I'm like, look, I could be in denial. I'm not going to post this yet. Let me find out. And I'm like, show me proof. And then it says, it's a quote by Adam Schefter. And then I go to Adam Schefter's Twitter, right? It would be there. Right? It would be there.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
So you're like, yes.
And I'm like, no, come on. I'm not like, yes, yeah, like, yeah, we're out. No, I'm just like, this is fishy. Let me keep investigating. Like, I'm not fully sold yet. I'm also slightly, because I'm human, I'm slightly in denial. But I know that I could be in denial. Like, and all this is, I'm calculating all this in like a nanoseconds here. And then I go, show me, like, what is this? I was like, this is like the biggest news. Like, it's not on his Twitter. Like, show me this. Someone else shows me an Instagram screenshot. That's great. Like, it's got the dude, it's got Le'Veon Bell in the Chiefs jersey swap. He's going to the Chiefs. Everything's good. It says Adam Schefter at the top. It's his picture. I don't follow him on Instagram though. I follow him on Twitter, and there's no check mark. And I'm like, what is it? Where's the check mark? I was like, what is this?
Fake news.
Apparently, dude's iPad glitched. Like, this is so weird. His iPad glitched, and it's just not showing the check mark.
So, like Adam Schefter's iPad?
No. The dude who showed someone in the Discord. We're crazy on the Discord. You gotta hop on the Discord. We're crazy there. They're dying to give me news like as soon as possible. Because I told them, like, look, you guys got to give me the news as soon as it happens. I got to post it. I already have graphics ready to go. I have graphics and copy ready to go, whether he signed with the Bills or Chiefs. I got both graphics ready. And I'm like, there's no check mark. And then I go back to his Twitter. I hit refresh. I hit hard refresh. I'm like, there's no message. There's no post on Twitter. And then apparently, his iPad glitched, or his Instagram, the dude who showed me, and it just wasn't loading the checkmark graphic. So weird. Twitter was down for a few hours. So Adam Schefter couldn't tweet it. Now I'm just like, and I'm also like a little bit in denial. Of course, I don't want to believe this news.
Don't want to believe it.
And so Adam Schefter didn't tweet it. There's no check mark. and I don't want this to happen. I'm freaking the hell out. And there's now everyone's like showing me news about like just some random fantasy account with like this way smaller than us posting this. I'm like, I want to see something real. I was like, what about Schefter? This and that. And then I found out that Twitter is down. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then I go to Schefter's Instagram myself. I see he's got exactly 1 million followers. That's obviously him. And I see he posted that, and the check mark is there. And then they tell me, oh, the check mark wasn't showing up. It's a glitch. I was like, yeah, that's a very I mean, when the hell does this ever happen? And so all this whole thing, which I know this, this is definitely more of a podcast story. Like, so I didn't say it on the video, but that whole thing was like, and that all happened in less than a minute. But my emotions were just going up and down because I was like, oh my God, you telling me there's a chance? You telling me there's a chance that this is fake news? And it was not.
But you can just check IG and just like.
Well, I don't. I just said it all happened within 1 minute. But okay. Adam Schefter, I know, like he would post it on Twitter. That would be the duh, like that's where news goes. And so
had Twitter not been down,
and then he showed me that, and then I noticed the check mark, and then other people, I'm all frantic, and I'm trying to post, and then I'm like, I'm going to let me look at Adam Schefter's Instagram. Like this is, you got to understand that we've been doing this for over 10 years. This has never happened. Think about Twitter to be down, the check mark not loading on a screenshot, and all this going, like, you know what I mean? Like this has never happened, like to where I'm like, I mean, we were just, being sleuths for 60 seconds. And when I went to it and I saw that it was Le'Veon Bell and a jersey swap, I knew it was real. And then I went to go post it. Hold on.
Your worst fears were confirmed. Oh, Le'Veon, why? That's what's crazy though about fantasy. Like literally, like it's the only game where real-time news can happen in the real world, and then all these fantasy teams are affected, and in the blink of an eye, like it's crazy. It's like Jumanji, like
Jumanji,
you know what I mean? It's like, oh, what's this? What's happening?
Apparently,
now?
there was another disgruntled EdWaRdzHelaIrZ owner. It's handling it worse than me. Oh my God!
Like, imagine if you were number one team in your fantasy league and you had Dak, and he was carrying you to win after win after win, and then boom, out of nowhere, and then you have Dak and you have cLyDe somehow, and then boom, and then it's a double blow in 1 week, and your team sucks now. Like that's essentially what happened to thousands of people across the country, I'm sure.
Yeah, we had Dak in the Throne League, and it's not so much the fantasy, like I hate it that happened to our fantasy team, but it was that you don't want to see a guy go down with an injury like that, and so it just made me sick. And so I'm still like trying to get over that. I'm like, come on, man, like that just sucks.
I still haven't watched the Bosa injury. I still haven't watched it.
I've never watched that. Why would I want to watch that?
I don't know. I mean,
it never crossed my mind to watch.
I know, but like you didn't watch it during the game.
No. I seen Dax live. I did not see Bo.
Right.
Actually, no. Right. I did see Bo, but I wasn't like, I didn't pay attention. I just saw him go down, and I was like, oh, this could be bad.
You never saw a replay or anything, right?
I mean, I didn't look at it up close. Like I didn't.
I've never even seen it because I just can't bring myself to even like.
Well, he went down, and in the same game, another defensive lineman went down, and then other people got hurt, and that week also 20 other people on top of that got hurt. So like I was just, I don't.
Well, Bosa is a pretty big player on our team. Of course,
I know, but everything was going down the poop hole that week. It was bad. It was so bad that I didn't pay special attention to Bosa. And then I found out he was hurt. Yeah, Dax was bad.
Dax was bad.
It was not a cramp.
Really
That's for
sure. It was not a cramp, as Romo predicted. It may be. He's like, was that a cramp?
No, I don't blame him for saying that, but I knew, like, Twitter would make fun of him.
Everyone knew.
Yeah,
right away.
But I mean, like, as a, like, I do understand why he's like a human saying that. Like, I give him a pass. Like, was it the most smartest, most like the best thing to say? No,
the dumbest thing he said on TV.
No,
so far.
But like like it's, I get it. Like, I mean, he just he spewed like before he finished that sentence. He was like, I
He's
probably
probably
shouldn't
like,
have
"That was
said
dumb."
that. It's just like it's definitely not a cramp.
Yeah.
Like you could tell something was really wrong right away. Like it was so bad.
And then he had Jason Garrett on the other sideline, like, worried about him. It was just
That
a
was
lot of
weird. Yeah, they
storylines
were all
happening.
hugging and stuff before the game, and then Jason Garrett. Well, Jason Garrett was like, "Oh crap," and yeah, it is what it is.
And then everyone knows his contract situation. It was just a lot going on, a lot of different things popped in your head when that happened. I feel like Zeke probably felt so guilty. He's like, because of me, that he didn't get the money. Partially.
I think that's not his exact words. I think his exact words were like, "You're sort of hoping that it's a cramp here." I think that's what his exact words were. Something like that. You kind of hoping it's a cramp here. And what's the dude's name? I forget whatever the other dude's name is. Nance or something. Jim Nance. You're kind of hoping it's a cramp here. And like as he was saying that, like you could tell, like it was like, nah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it is what it is. So I think we're done. Talking about Bell and Clyde. Some people think he's not going to have much effect.
Let's talk about how you play.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about.
And I play Scout, the former. It's my revenge game because he beat me in the finals last season.
Most people know by now I'm crazy. I'm very obsessive.
No.
It's just how I am. I mean, we failed at this for 7 years. And we kept at it.
That's true.
That means you're crazy. That's a definition of insanity.
True.
This week, I faced Germ.
Oh God.
He's going to suffer my wrath. All my pain, I'm going to unleash on Germ.
He beat me last week, so
he's not. And it doesn't have much to do with that. I will avenge him for you technically, but it has nothing to do with who he played last week. You playing him last week.
It is part of the storyline, though.
It happened, and you're going to be happy about it. So, yeah, it's true. These are facts.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm mad at this Lev Bell signing. In this league, I don't have Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I do.
I'm already plotting on how I can inflict maximum damage on Germ. I'm working on some trades, anything to where I'm ready to get this started.
He can't start Bell this week, right? Like he has because he has Bell.
So he'll get him 0 points. Right? Yeah, Bell's getting 0 points this week is what I'll just to be technical. Yeah. Yes, and that was one of my things was that ladies and gentlemen. He has Le'Veon Bell, the guy that I'm mad at. I mean, I honestly, it didn't even cross my mind till a couple hours later. I'm like, well, doesn't help. It makes me want to whoop him even more. Germ is not going to survive this beating. It's going to be so bad for him. This is my team. Josh Allen, Derrick Henry. Going against the Texans. Derrick Henry could be the top scoring running back this week. My artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithm projections show that Derrick Henry is going to poop all over Germ's team and have no toilet paper. He's just going to leave it like that.
Like the back of his head.
What?
Like the back of his hair.
The back of his what?
His head, like his hair. It looks like poop coming out of his helmet.
Oh, Derrick Henry. Yes. The poop. Yes. The long, thick poop. Yes. That's what it's going to be.
Right.
Germ's never going to be able to wipe off the stink. Not for 16 weeks.
Good.
I got Todd Gurley going against the Vikings. Decent.
Nice.
Will Fuller going against the Titans. I'll take it. I got A.J. Brown, who's
healthy,
looking like a man right now. Jonnu Smith, one of the best value picks in all of fantasy land.
Going against Gronk.
Wait, I didn't list his team yet. Come on. Wait. I got Kareem Hunt,
sorry.
who's been top 12 back with Chubb. Chubb's no longer there.
Going against Pittsburgh, though, little tough defense.
So it's the toughest matchup, but Stefanski's not worried about these things.
Okay.
Chris says bald brain is back, baby. Dude,
hashtag bald brain.
Bald brain, ugly brain. You don't want to match. You don't want to go against me this week. I'll tell you that.
Like playoff Rondo. You just don't
you don't want to play me this week.
It's a different level.
Fantasy. I'm telling you right now. Maybe next week. Definitely not this week. I got the Dolphins defense going against the New York Jets. That's a little bit tied in with this Bell thing. I don't like Gase right now a lot. I'll tell you that.
Adam Gase.
Gase.
He's terrible.
And I have a top 5 kicker this week, which, people may not know, but that's Matt Prater, Jaguars.
Ooh. You're not going to start your new toy that you got off the
Claypool? No, I'll probably let him chill for a week.
All right, okay.
He's an upside play. He's not a floor play. The floor play on that same, it's funny, the little bit coincidence, their teammates. Dante Johnson healthy is a floor play. Floor play, not four play.
Oh, okay.
Floor play. He's safe. Claypool is not safe. He's upside. And that's all you want in a wide receiver. So, no, I'm going to let him sit. I mean, I got, Laviska Shenault, too, who could, do some things, especially if Chark is out. Beasley has a very high floor. I even have Drake, but I have 3 other running backs, so I can't even start Drake. Anyway, Germ has Patrick Mahomes. That's really good. He's got James Conner. That's really good. He's got Adrian Peterson, who's out with an illness that's not another type of illness. We can't say that word on here. Otherwise, we won't get monetized. Odell Beckham, who's actually good
bad match
during the even weeks. So it is week 6. It is an even week, but it is a bad matchup against the Steelers. He's got CeeDee Lamb. Great matchup. Great, that's great for him.
Bad quarterback now.
Bad quarterback. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
Well, I mean, big drop off.
It's a drop. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a drop.
He's not gonna be doing the same things he was doing.
He has no tight end. He has tight end woes.
He has the ghost of Gronk.
He has Gronk. I mean, whoever his backup is, who I don't know, is probably better. Jimmy Graham's better. There we go.
Why does he keep starting Gronk? I just don't get it.
You know what's going to happen? Soon as he stops being stubborn and switches, he's gonna go. Gronk will have a good game. It's come on. It's
that's just science.
It's how it is. That's what tight ends do. Yeah. That's what happens when you don't draft Jonnu Smith like I got. It's Mike Gesicki. That's what I'm talking about.
Gesicki.
He's got Edelman. Greg Zuerlein's really good. And Ravens defense, who's quite beastly.
Ravens defense is his best player. For sure.
It's his best pick.
Yeah.
So actually, he doesn't have a bad team. I'm heavily favorited to win though, and
I think you got it.
I think I'm gonna. It says 47% here, but I'm working out this IR glitch. I have a couple things in the works, and I'm not able to start my kicker and defense at the moment. Once I slide them in there, I'm gonna be heavily favorited to beat Germ.
You have to finish the job. You have to.
Yeah. He's going down.
If he beats both of us back to back, I mean, he's stronger than ever. Like the legend of Germ is like, it's just
he's back to 2011 form. Yeah, and we cannot have that happen.
We cannot have.
He hasn't won like in 8 years,
and he never will.
Yeah, we can't. No, dude. I'm in first place in this league. You'll be fine. You're in second place.
I'm playing Scoped.
Here's your matchup.
Revenge match.
Scope's team.
Scope beat me in the championship last year, everybody. Close. And I could have beat him if I played. And the ironic part is I had Dak. And if I played Ryan Fitzmagic instead of Dak in the championship, I would have won, coincidentally. So, this is a revenge match because Scope got lucky last year. We all know that. But now he's more of where he's supposed to be, which is 1-4. And I'm 4-1, so I gotta beat him this week. I just gotta get my revenge and show him that he's not who we thought he was. Because he's done. If I beat him 1-5, you're not making it. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
over.
in a real league like
Put the
this,
nail in the
it's
coffin.
over.
Yeah, put a nail in the coffin. So that's what I'm going to do, everyone. And let's quickly go through the lineup so you guys have a sense of what's happening. So I have Kyler Murray, great, against the Cowboys. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his last great start against Buffalo.
This is it.
Jonathan Taylor, who has a great matchup against the Bengals, who are horrible.
That's beautiful.
Tyreek Hill, great against Buffalo. Cooper Kupp going against the Niners, who have maybe the worst corners in the league. We have Cameron Brate, who's the better of the two Tampa Bay tight ends.
3. You got Tyler Hudson now.
Sure. Yeah. Stephon Diggs, great matchup, who's really been a bright spot this year. Anyone who doubted Stephon Diggs, I mean, he's just shown that he's the real deal. Boswell should be a high-scoring game against the Browns. A lot of field goals there. And then Giants against Washington, the second best defense probably on the waivers behind Miami this week. So I'm feeling good. His team, he does have Cam Newton, who just came back from COVID.
You're benching
so we'll
Hurst.
See.
Not a.
I mean, are you surprised? Like,
Brate's going up against the Packers.
That's gonna be a shootout.
Do more.
Hurst sucks, research. So I'll just put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, he
sucks.
Yeah.
Trust me, I have in multiple leagues. He sucks. Scout, I know. Scout has the cursed Joe Mixon against Indianapolis, who actually has a pretty good defense this year. He's playing Harris, who has a RBBC from hell, but should have a decent game against Harris. I know he was a pretty popular daily fantasy pick this week.
Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos. He does get, this is the wild card here. He does get Devontae Adams back. So Devontae Adams is capable of putting up, 40 points, but he is coming off an injury. The timing's probably not there. We know that while he was gone, Rodgers been throwing to Tanya in the tight end a lot, so that's going to be something to watch. I don't think he's going to have a 40-point game. He might definitely have a 20-something point game.
Let's just say 20. Like, it's not a great matchup, but he'll get his targets.
You won't go off though. Let's just say
I don't think so. Not against the Bucks. He'll draw the good cornerback from the Bucks.
Exactly. He has Cooper, who now has a worse quarterback and who's very up and down, as everyone knows. Tanyan had one big game, but still, we don't know what he can do week to week. Hollywood Brown, my featured sit of the week, going against Darius Slay. And then he has Crosby and Chiefs defense, which is not even a good matchup against Buffalo, who has a good offense. So that being said, I have the advantage, a 57% chance to win. I hope to just put the nail in the coffin and the Scout era this year. And that's about it.
This one's closer, though. I feel like I can easily beat Germ. Germ has a chance.
Yeah, but Germ has the germ factor, which you're not accounting for, which is why he's 3-2.
I don't.
Scout has the poop factor this year.
It's not going to affect me this year, though. I don't know.
I don't know. Don't count out Germ.
I'm not counting out Germ at all. That's the thing. I think I'm going to whoop him, though, this week. It's not gonna be close. That's the thing is like I when you're saying that I'm like, oh, he doesn't understand my mind state. You don't understand. I'm going to crush this dude. He's not going to win. There's no way.
I don't know. I just can't count out.
I'm going to beat Germ.
I hope
this week. That's all. That's the only thing I'm promising. My whole life. There's one thing. This week, I'm going to beat Germ. It's not going to happen. He's not going to win. It's over. It's going to be bad. There's going to be blood. The thing is, like, I think I'm going to beat him really bad. Like, he's not. I don't make guarantees like this often. I'm guaranteeing.
How many points can you like? What's the final score going to be?
It's going to be bad. It's gonna be bad.
So 20-point margin.
Yeah, it's gonna be at least a 20-point margin, probably around there too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. I don't know what the thing. I'm guaranteeing a win against Germ though. That's what's gonna happen. Somebody spelled Germ the other way, GERM.
You're not wrong.
I mean, he is a germ. We're gonna get rid of the germs this week. We're gonna be germ free. And looks like we'll be scope free in this league too.
Oh, that's done.
Yeah. I mean, you got a couple really good running backs this week. This could be Clyde and Jonathan Taylor's biggest games. Like,
Oh,
it
for
really
sure.
could. Like, this week, both
100%.
of them.
This is the week. If it doesn't happen this week, it ain't happening.
Clyde, I mean, think about how mad I am. Think about Clyde EdWaRdzHelaIrZ going against the Bills Monday afternoon, baby.
Well, the Bills did just get ran on by Henry, but I mean, obviously, he's on the opposite end of the spectrum from a size perspective. So maybe that has something to do with it.
He's ready to roll. Clyde, this is Clyde's
I think
game.
so.
No Le'Veon Bell, who Germ has on his bench.
If he doesn't have a good game, he's officially MEH for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no,
in my eyes.
Some people are making fun of Scott starting Damian Harris. I mean, this could be Damian.
Could be worse.
Could be Damian Harris's best start too. So
who else can he start? Cam Akers?
Yeah.
Duke Johnson? Like, who's he gonna start?
That's even worse than Cam Akers.
I know.
And then even worse than that is Zach Moss. Zach Moss is. Wait, didn't he trade Zach Moss?
I have no idea.
He traded Singletary for.
I have no idea.
Who cares about Zach Moss though? Like, it's like
right. Zach Moss is irrelevant.
It's like Zach Moss made the trade uneven. Like, none of us want him, so.
Just drop him.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't. It's like when someone tries to trade like the 10th best kicker. Like, don't. You're just gonna draw alarms to this trade. You're just gonna get extra vetoes. Like, we don't want to like get this veto. Like, drop the kicker. Like, let's not do the kicker.
3-for-1 is always sketch. Like, never. You shouldn't be doing that.
Let's do a couple Q&As. Guys, ask your fantasy football questions. We'll answer a few. And also let me know how many people in the chat. By the way, guys, listen on audio. We are live on YouTube. We got the live chat going. Let me know how many fantasy owners have Clyde EdWaRdzHelaIrZ rostered. Let me know that. Ask your fantasy football questions right now. We will answer a couple and then sign off here. Makesh in the building. Just making fun of Scout. Might seem like a weird question. Okay. But start Fitzmagic, it means, against the Jets. Or
why is that weird?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
I'm going Lamar.
I think you got Lamar. Yeah, it's against the Eagles. Like, they're horrible against the pass, and I guess he's not running a lot.
You got to recognize Lamar's floor, man. It's really high, and I know you got Hollywood as a bench because he has a horrible matchup. Mark Andrews has a delicious matchup against the Eagles, but things happen. Like, he's gonna get it one way or another, is what I'm trying to say. So whether I'm right or you're right or who's wrong, if he doesn't find Andrews, he'll get it whether he runs or something's gonna happen. You should definitely start Lamar. And on top of that, the Jets are a great matchup, but probably won't be a shootout as well.
Oh yeah.
So on top of that, we want to go for shootouts more. So that's the game. That's where you'd even consider Fitzmagic even more. Like, Matt Ryan's on fire, Fitzpatrick's on fire. They're playing each other. Okay, that's making for a shootout, because we know the Falcons' defense sucks. Mixon or Gibson in PPR, Mike?
Whoever is not Mixon.
What? So
I'm not a
Gibson going against the Giants, fairly sweet matchup.
Gibson.
Mixon has a tough matchup going against the Colts.
Yeah, Gibson for sure.
I'm going Mixon because of the opportunities, but I don't hate on Gibson though. This is a good week. This is good for Gibson.
This is the week. This is Gibson's week for sure.
That team's not. I don't know about Washington, man.
Mixon just doesn't play well on the road as well. That's what I noticed.
He doesn't play well on the road. He's going to Indy.
No.
Good defense.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Royal says start Mixon. I say Mixon. Mike says Gibson. Manfinity. I have Clyde and Mahomes in the 96 team Patreon league. Oh, we got a Patreon here. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
There we go. What's up?
Good luck in that league. I'm probably not gonna win it. You gonna win it, Mike?
I always think I'm gonna win. So
You got
I'm gonna
Lamar
say
though, right?
yeah.
Well, Lamar's gonna
That is
turn it
correct.
around a little bit though, so he's
I think
not bad.
so. I think people are sleeping on him.
Yeah, he's
Or they're
not bad.
put some respect on Lamar's name. He's the reigning MVP, and he's that for a reason.
Are they under? No, they lost against the Chiefs.
No,
But
they
other than the
lost,
Chiefs game, they look
Yeah,
too. That's what's weird is like the team looked too good, except for the Chiefs game. And when the team looks too good, that means the quarterback doesn't have to do too much.
Right. And they're trying to save him. I mean, they shouldn't want him to run the ball if they want him to last until the Super Bowl. Like, obviously, the less hits you take, as a quarterback, the longer your career, the better everything will be for your team. So that is his best weapon, which sucks because in fantasy, rushing yards at the quarterback position is very rare. And that's what makes him so good and why you drafted him with a top three, third round pick, a lot of people. But it looks like they're trying to preserve him, and, you can't be mad at that.
Jared has no stocks in cLyDe in his 10 leagues. That's congratulations, Jared. Tyler Boyd or Drake, full PPR?
Boyd.
Yeah, since it's full PPR, I would go with Boyd as well. Every catch is a point, baby. Every point is a catch.
Drake can't catch.
Half PPR. Can you help me choose tight end? Gesicki, Schultz, Ebron, Fant. This is easy. Go with Gesicki.
Gesicki. Start of the week.
Monitor Fant's injury just for due diligence. Right now, you're starting Gesicki, and you're probably gonna keep him.
I still think, yeah.
No. I just, I'm giving him a full answer basically, and you'll still.
I have a question. Who would you rather start, Fant or Evan Ingram?
See that's a tough one because Evan Ingram I think is horrible, but has an amazing matchup,
right?
And he's healthy. It's like.
And he's healthy.
That's why I was telling everyone to start AJ Green the beginning of the season. I was like, well, why did you draft the guy? I was like, gonna start. Like, I didn't draft him, but you did. And I was like, your only worry was that he was gonna get hurt anyway. Evan Ingram, he's healthy right now. He's got a great matchup. But then Noah Fant is the man. He's talented. He's hurt. He might, he might not play. He might play though.
Right.
I'd say 51% chance he plays. So. Right. I mean, if I had to answer right now, you're starting Ingram.
Oh, okay.
And I think you keep an Ingram in because they're playing the Patriots. It's
too risky.
Patriots aren't the best defense, but they're very smart.
Yeah,
and
they'll stop.
And so, you make like a Dewey joke to Melvin Gordon. The refs don't hear it. And then you double team Noah Fant, and you get a win.
You call him Noah Can't.
Noah
Can't.
He
gets pissed. Pissed.
I don't know if making fun of him would work. It could. I don't know. But making fun of Melvin Gordon will definitely
work. It worked on Michael Thomas. All they had to do is call him Slant Boy, and he freaked out.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's Mike Thomas, man. I like how you call him Michael.
Doesn't take much to trigger people.
I like how you call him Michael Thomas, not to be confused. With Mike Thomas, who has more fantasy points on the Bengals.
Right. I mean, just in case.
Don't know. One is Michael Thomas. That's the Saints wide receiver. And the other one who has more fantasy points is the Bengals fifth string wide receiver, Mike Thomas.
Mike Thomas.
Weird year we're in right now.
Weird year.
How do you feel about Jonathan Taylor? Normally questions like this are like, I give a little answer, but this is actually a good one because Jonathan Taylor's a guy I may want to talk about a little bit. So he's actually had a slow start. He's not
very slow.
He's not getting the snaps. Also, he's not really reacting. He's not playing fluid.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie. But not all rookie running backs are like that, but some are.
Clyde's like that.
Not quite. I mean, Clyde, I think, is just unlucky. I think that's just an unlucky factor. Jonathan Taylor is he was getting out snapped by Wilkins, and Hines sometimes took some snaps, some important snaps. I think Jonathan Taylor is coming to his own. It also could be Phillip Rivers. He's not used to playing with a quarterback who can't throw.
His arm is
His
cashed.
arm is like, it's not here anymore, does it? It doesn't work.
How can Jameis not get a chance, but Philip Rivers out here throwing
It's
noodle arm
weird.
ducks every week? It's like, come on, something's going
Philip
on.
Rivers is so whack. It's ridiculous.
He's just trying to feed his 12 kids at this
He
point.
can't even.
He needs to
He can't
retire.
hand the ball off with enough velocity.
Oh,
It's like
my.
a dude with a weak handshake.
The ball boy's like, really? I should be starting.
Like, come on, dude. I can hand it off.
Like, I got a bigger arm than Philip Rivers.
Yeah, you do.
I probably do.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's coming to his own. There was no preseason. Preseason's 4 games. So now that we're 5 games in now, he's starting to actually look more like a workhorse. He'll come to his own. He's such a great talent. And Mike started him this week against the best matchup. And
They have to.
I think it's going to work. I think this is the game where he's going to go off. He's going to actually get touches. I wouldn't mind playing him in DFS. I think he's going to be great. And right now, I don't know, Mike. Should I trade? Would I, if I got this offer, would I trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Jonathan Taylor in in any format, Dynasty?
Yeah.
Because you got Damian Williams coming back next year.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
mean, I honestly think that Clyde will never be a touchdown getter. Like, I think he'll be a good scat back. He's kind of like a Tyreek Cohen, but better, obviously.
So wasn't though in college.
I know, but this is the NFL, baby. Guys are
They're
bigger,
bigger.
stronger, faster. They're not gonna let you score that easily. This
Yeah.
isn't like some SEC team with high school All-Americans. This is the NFL with huge D tackles.
They're all athletic.
That will just destroy you if you're not, strong enough to get in, and that's what's happening, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I don't have that trade, unfortunately, guys. But maybe Francisco in our dynasty league would accidentally accept that.
Hopefully, the best case scenario is Clyde has the best game of the season, and at least he has some trade value. Like moving forward, maybe you can fool some poor guy at the end of the league. But
God.
I mean, it's gonna be hard, But that's just the best case scenario. At least maybe he has one last good game where you can at least potentially sell him to someone. It could happen.
The AMR says I'd still take Clyde over JT. You're in our league. I don't trust this guy. I really don't trust. He's the one that did you guys you know who I'm talking about, Mike?
I don't know. Peekapool? I don't know.
No, the AMR.
Oh, yeah, the AMR. Yeah. He's trying to,
He's probably trying to work like a 10, trying to play chess, trying to think 10 moves ahead and be like, and that's how you get Clyde Edwards-Helaire for a 4th round pick. He's the type of guy who thinks, he's all about the picks and thinking about the future. So
right, which is good.
Might be
in
thinking,
Dynasty.
you got to either play for now or for the future, present or future.
I'm still trying to figure out the Dynasty game plan that I want to go forward with. At least I know the CMAC market is red hot.
That's the thing that's cool about Dynasty is there's almost never a wrong answer, especially in Superflex Dynasty. See, in Superflex Dynasty, because in other Dynasty you'd be like, oh, you drafted Burrow early, but in Superflex Dynasty that's hard to say. Because it's like, well, you need a quarterback and you have one that's young, so it's really, there's really no wrong answer in Dynasty. Some people made fun of me when I traded for Claypool. So I drafted Claypool in our league. Great. I don't remember where I got him. I got him late, though. I already know. And then the other league, I missed on Claypool. I thought he'd fall to me. And I missed on Claypool. He's just so underrated. And so I traded a lot to go get him. And now I think people realize why. I did it for the upside. And so there's no, like I said, no wrong reason.
If he stays healthy, he's going to be a surefire wide receiver 1. The Steelers are the best team at finding wide receivers. We know that. That's facts based on science.
That's what I tried to tell him.
Yeah, so, I mean, they hit a home run in Claypool. He's 6'4", freakish athlete, fast. He can score. He scored 4 touchdowns in one game, and he's a rookie. Imagine what he's going to do if he stays healthy, learns the system, becomes Big Ben's #1 target. He's going to be a monster in fantasy, and that's just facts.
That's just I mean, in Dynasty it's amazing, but
Right.
as of right
Dynasty's
now,
better.
he's leaped over
Juju.
Ebron,
Juju. Oh,
James Washington at the very
for
least.
sure. Oh, for sure. That's
That's
not
for
even
sure. I
close.
think everyone knows he's
He's
leaped
only
over
second behind Juju. That in
Juju.
my
I mean,
eyes.
I think Deontay Johnson's the best receiver, better
Yeah,
than
but he
Juju.
never scored 4 touchdowns in 1 week.
No.
So
I meant better than
oh,
Juju.
okay, better than Juju. Right,
He's
right.
really shifty. I mean, he can do it
True.
all. Juju's like the lucky guy. He gets
Juju
the
has the
quality
hype. He's the
targets.
Madden guy. He has the name. He has the media hype. But
He'll
like
score a few
Deontay
touchdowns.
Johnson's
I
better.
mean, there's really not like I have proof. Like Dante Johnson, he gets the targets, he gets carries, he's shifty. He can separate. The metrics are there as far not as a prospect. When you're looking at him, you're like, oh, this guy, he's small and slow, but in a football field, he actually gets separation according to the metrics, according to the stats. He can be used in the pass game, the run game. He can do it all. He can run routes. He's very shifty, very quick. So I think Dante Johnson's better than Juju. Juju's getting quality targets though. 7, please explain yourself. He said Damian opt-out Williams isn't coming back. Is that just is that someone just trying to kind of say something bold? Like a hot take. Honestly, don't know too much about what's going to happen with the opt-outs. I think everyone's waiting it. But I think Damian Williams might come back next year to the Chiefs, right?
I haven't heard anything about
An
this.
opt-out is essentially putting your contract on pause.
Well, opt out means that you basically opt out of your player. Like if you had a player option, which means that he could just re-sign with them for a better deal, essentially. If that's what.
But let's say you had a year left on the contract and you opted out, you still have a year left when you return. You're still a
No,
Chief.
you don't. You're opted out. Like that means that you have to renegotiate a new contract.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You opted out. You opted out of the contract of the deal because it's a player
I thought you
option.
opted out of the season only.
Well, there's two. You can opt out of the season, or you can opt out if it's a player option on the contract, which typically happens in the NBA. Then like Anthony Davis opted out of his last deal, which was $28 million to get a bigger contract that he's going to renegotiate.
That's
now
a
that
player
they won.
option, though. We're talking about the pandemic special rules.
No, yeah, but are they talking about he opted out of the season, which he did, or did he
He
opt
opted out of the
his
season. This is a pandemic, bro. That's what he opted out of this.
No, he didn't opt out of his deal.
No, I think it's put on pause, and they pay you $150,000, which is essentially a loan that you would get the next year.
Okay, well that's different.
But some stuff people are saying are kind of makes sense, but I honestly they're like NFL's gonna leave him behind. Some people are talking wild comment. I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like. I mean, I wouldn't bank on Damian Williams though doing anything.
Yeah, he's definitely took a hit in this offseason for sure.
There were 2 types of opt-outs. Well, we got to find out what Damian Williams had. No, he just opted out of this season, not his contract. Okay. That's what the AMAR is saying.
Got it. That's different.
So Funches for Packers opt out for season, then gets a 1-year deal next year after that. Yeah, I think so. Oh, we have a super chat from Daniel. We'll end it on this one. We'll give this guy like the best answer ever.
What's his name?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Love it. Okay, this is what Daniel donates $4.99.
Whoa.
Which is a lot for this. This could be
That's a lot. I've never seen
this could be the biggest donation we've got on the second channel ever.
Oh my goodness. Write this down.
Daniel says, pick one for flex. Mecole Hardman. No Sammy Watkins. Preston Williams going against the Jets. CJ Moore, so he probably means DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, okay.
Or Travis Fulgham. Fulgham. Ooh. FYI, still happy I got Calvin Ridley for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And I trade Juju. And so it's 2-part. Okay, so let's.
If it's DJ Moore, I'm gonna say DJ Moore.
Okay, so DJ Moore.
If that's what he means.
Not the best matchup going against the Bears, but he's definitely got a good floor, I feel like. He's definitely going to be used.
That's what I'm going. Right.
Mecole's just like
I don't like
preying on one play. Yeah, I mean, he's more of a stash.
He's like a Ruggs type player.
Preston Williams is, that's like that's also like a
it's It's like a hope and a
Sneaky
prayer.
start.
You're
Yeah, I
crossing
mean
your fingers.
we're not on g0nNa's level.
Yeah.
And then Fulgham, come on.
So we're on the
Not
same
even a
page on this
great
one?
matchup against. Bro, Fulgham's going up against a real defense now.
Yeah.
It's not. I think this
He was
one's
a one-hit wonder.
easy. My algorithm says that to start DJ Moore or you're gonna look really silly. So the algorithm says.
Nice.
Yes, you got Ridley. For some reason, you can see the future better than us. And
That's true.
do you trade Juju? Juju's one of those guys I would trade in a heartbeat if I had a solid deal. So if you got a good deal, definitely trade away Juju. The reason why, and this is also is pretty much irrefutable, the reason why Juju is good this year solely is because of Big Ben. It's hard to irrefute that. I mean, he was like the 70th best wide receiver last year. And Dante Johnson was like 30th. I mean, that's a big difference for a rookie wide receiver who wasn't even like a top. No one's like, oh, Dante Johnson's a top, wide receiver prospect. For Juju to be so bad and Dante to be so good last year, and then this year we're seeing Juju actually be decent, get some touchdowns. It's all because of Big Ben. And yeah, Big Ben, he'll probably still keep playing, and Juju will probably still be okay. But we're seeing Dante Johnson and Claypool step up big time. Big time. So if you can get anything solid for Juju, definitely go make that trade happen. What do you think, Mike? Hold or sell?
Yeah, obviously sell Juju. That's pretty obvious to me. Or just don't draft him, and then you don't have to deal with this.
Oh, we can't go back in the future and not draft Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Ugh.
We can't do that. We'll see. A lot of things can happen. I wish everyone good luck. This has been a weird podcast. But I appreciate you guys. Make sure you go. My video was good, Mike. You said you liked it.
Yeah, I like the format. It's more like analytical, it kind of gives you an opportunity to show off, how you think about certain situations, which I'm sure a lot of people enjoy. It's like a window into the brain's brain.
Yeah. I to me, I just thought I was just keeping it real, but yeah, I think very different. And so like people like not one other person probably broke it into games. Like this is how many games you're going to use Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Thus, it's not the end of the world. Like, am I still pissed? Is it still bad? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
It made me feel better, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like,
but message is, hey, do something for 5-6 games. Do something. That's what you gotta do. You gotta do something. We faced adversity? We faced challenges before. What is this? Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still alive. He's still on the best offense.
Doesn't have COVID. Yet.
You said the word. Definitely it's okay. It's not a bad word though, but YouTube doesn't like it.
Oh.
Whatever. I'm not blurring it out. He doesn't have the illness. Who was it? The other guy has another illness. Who was that? Got sent home. I forgot. Adrian Peterson. He's sick with something else. He's got a cold or a flu or something. Sure. Every time you hear that, this year when you hear that, it's so scary. It's like, whoa, what did happen? How far did they stick the Q-tip up his nose? Like, did they swab his cheek spit? Like, what? Like this year, it's so scary. Like Adrian Peterson getting sent home. Like, is he okay?
Well, they got like 4 running backs. So just put in like Swift or something. Why are you putting out a 40-year-old running back who has?
He's their best running back. He runs the best out of all 3. He does.
What is that crazy? Like Swift was great in college, but in the NFL, he's just like an average. Like he's just nobody.
Yeah, for the few people who hated my analysis, saying the Steelers draft good wide receivers and Lions running backs are cursed. Look at where we are now. Like, look at what's going on. Swift got like 2 snaps a couple weeks ago, and Claypool got 4 touchdowns. One guy got 2 snaps, and the other guy got 4 touchdowns. We're ending it there. Go check out my video, guys. It's called Le'Veon Bell to the Chiefs. Guys, take care. Be safe. Good luck this week. Peace.